The very first time we ever see Ahsoka Tano's ship was in the very last episode of Star Wars Rebels, which is an awesome show. You should totally watch it, by the way. What is up, everyone? My name is Matt, and this is my review of Ahsoka Tano's T-6 Shuttle. This is set number 75362. It retails for $80 here in the US, and it includes 599 or 601 pieces. The front of the box here says 599 pieces. The website says 601. I didn't count them, so I don't know who's right. Get on the same page, Lego. This is a pretty cool little play set with some pretty awesome minifigures, but it's also got a deep, dark secret that Lego doesn't want you to know. And you can't tell what it is when you look at the box or the website or any of the marketing photos, so let's dig in and see what that secret is. Ahsoka Tano's ship was one of 3 playscale sets released alongside the launch of the Ahsoka series on Disney+. That show explores how Sabine and Ahsoka and everyone tries to reconnect with Ezra Bridger and get to that other universe after all that stuff from Rebels happened. If none of that means anything to you, then it doesn't really matter that much. This is still a pretty fun set to play with. It just means you're not nerdy enough. Or you're a normal person, not like me, and that's fine too. As cool and fun as the ship is, it's got some pretty cool minifigures, and I think those minifigures are going to be what draws a lot of people to purchase this set, so let's take a look at those first. This is a new version of Ahsoka compared to what we've seen in the past, and she looks fire. There's great printing on her torso that blends seamlessly into her legs and represents those gray robes she's been sporting since she appeared in The Mandalorian. The face we see on Ahsoka from the front is this one of like gritty determination, like she's really exerting herself in a fight. It looks beautiful. Her leku looks great, and just in case you're not aware, her leku is that like white and blue like hair piece thingy that she's got. Ahsoka comes with arm printing for the first time ever, I think, and it looks so good. It looks amazing. There's printing indicating the gray fabric that's sort of braided around the upper part of her arms. We see the dark blue of the armor around her forearm, and that looks really nice. Turning Ahsoka completely around to the back, we see how that belt sort of wraps its way all the way around the torso and is tied around to the back. Perfect, really nice detail there. Taking off her leku, we see that Ahsoka comes with a second face of more of a calm determination. It looks really nice here, although I think I prefer that gritty fighting face. She also comes with 2 frosted clear lightsabers for the first time, which maybe isn't perfect. I think they're a little bit more white in the show, but it looks really close and much closer than the blue blades that she's come with in the past. Next, we've got Sabine Wren, who got a little bit of an armor upgrade for the live action show. She looks a little bit less playful and silly, but still keeps those bright and energetic colors from her armor in Star Wars Rebels. Her Mandalorian chest piece looks awesome and really makes me want to cosplay a male version of this character. And the printing on her legs and helmet looks so good. Her 2 belts and her knee pads look really good. The only thing I don't love about this minifig is that we don't get arm printing here. Sabine is defined so much by her colorful armor and how creative and artistic she is. Being the Mandalorian fighter that Sabine is, she also has 2 pistols, of course, which she breaks out when her mediocre Jedi skills fail her, as they seem to do pretty often in this show. Turning Sabine Wren around to the back, we see the metallic printing of her back plate and the really cool sort of asymmetric printing that we've got on there. Her belt and pouches also look really cool. Sabine also comes with a purple hairpiece, which I think is really nice, and I appreciate Lego for including that as well. And she comes with a green lightsaber, which is actually Ezra Bridger's lightsaber. On the front here, we can see that Sabine has sort of a satisfied smirk going on with one raised eyebrow. And if we remove that hairpiece, we can see that Sabine's second face is one of this struggle, like she's fighting, similar to what we see on Ahsoka. Next, we've got Hu Yang, who is an android who used to work at the Jedi Temple, training young Jedi and Padawan. Hu Yang looks great with detailed printing all over his chest, legs, and head. In the live action show, Hu Yang is gray, so it's a little bit funny to see him in tan here, but he was tan in Star Wars Rebels, so maybe Lego was working with some incomplete information, I'm not sure. He still looks great though, and if we turn him around, we can see that great printing on his torso continues around to the backside, and he's got an additional few parts on his back to indicate some additional stuff going on back there, sort of like more control panel, android stuff, you know? Lastly, we've got Marok, who's an Inquisitor of some kind, as we can clearly see from his spinning dual-blade red lightsaber. The printing on his chest and legs look super good, and he comes with this crazy-looking helmet and these beefy shoulder pads that make him look like some kind of Star Wars medieval knight. He looks tough as hell. Marok doesn't come with any expression, instead he comes with a black headpiece, which seems to make sense because he seems to be made of some kind of Night Sister magic. When we turn Marok around to the back, we can see that he's got one of those standard clips that allows him to hold his dual-bladed lightsaber, and that's perfect. Alright, finally, let's talk about Ahsoka's shuttle, which was pretty fun to build. There's a little bit of Technic in the body, but it's mostly system pieces, and that's pretty much my jam. So this ship is a little bit darker and dirtier and dingier looking than when we saw it released in 2011, when it was just called the Jedi T-6 Shuttle, I think. That set just used white and red pieces, so it looked very stark and bright and new, instead of the darker, sort of dirtier, worn ship that we see here. The cockpit bay looks pretty nice, and that window hinges open from the front. I actually really like the texture they've created at the back behind her seat. There are a few stickers on this set, 2 on those circular pieces here, and then 1 on each wing. The 2 stickers for the wings are a little on the large side, but they're not too bad to apply if you just go slowly and take your time and make sure you've got everything lined up well before you really commit. LEGO sometimes doesn't get the colors on these stickers right, so I do just want to call out that I think the gray and the red are both a pretty good match. All the engines look really, really great. I love the different types, and I really like the blue piece they use for the thrusters on the backside. On the main body of the ship, there are 2 little compartments, 1 on each side. On one side, we've got a little wrench in there so that Ahsoka or Huyang can perform maintenance on the ship. If we open up the other side, we can see there's a little bit of space in there, so it's a perfect place to store Sabine's pistols or the lightsaber hilts or blades or anything like that. The main play feature of this ship though, and the most interesting component of this ship, is its ability for the wings to rotate around the body of the ship, in the way that we sometimes see with other Star Wars ships like the ones that the Mandalorians use. So let's see that in action now and check out how well it works. And oh my god, what in the hell happened to this ship? Look, this is not the first time we've seen something like this. We got the same thing on another Mandalorian ship a couple years ago. For a ship that's designed around rotating around, where you're clearly going to see and are supposed to see the top and bottom of the wing, they should have made some attempt to finish this off a little bit better than this. I'm not even sure if those pieces exist, but it would have made the wing much thicker and it would have added greatly to the cost, I'm sure, and I don't think anyone's gonna want to pay more than $80 for this set. But I don't know, this is just not it, you know? But I think the thing I find most funny about this is that you can see all kinds of photos. You can see it turned around, you can see, oh, it flips around and you know, it's rotating, and they show it from all kinds of different angles and people are playing with it and it's rotating, and they indicate all this stuff on the box and in their promo materials, but at no point ever in any of the photographs that LEGO has produced can you see the underside of the wing. I don't know, is that dishonest? Maybe. I mean, it's not like they show the underside of the pirate ship up there. Like, the pirate ship is pretty bland, it doesn't continue onto the underside of that. But you're also not meant to look at the underside of a pirate ship. In this case, the underside of the wing is also the top side of the wing. It's such an important part of it that I feel like it's a little bit funny to have made zero attempt whatsoever to dress it up or tile it off in any way. That's just my opinion. I think it looks a little goofy. You can make it look really good. You know, like, you can basically create any angle you want. You can turn it around and find a good angle where it looks really, really nice. But, you know, when you're actually playing with it, you're gonna see this. No one's gonna be happy about this. This is not gonna impress your friends. You're gonna bring your family over, you're gonna bring your parents over, your fiance, your girlfriend, and she's gonna be like, what's up at the bottom half of the ship? Didn't you finish building it? I don't know, maybe I'm being a little harsh on LEGO. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about the underside of this wing and whether you think this was a big L for LEGO or totally fine. I'm curious, really. So this set retails for 80 bucks. It has 4 pretty cool minifigures, some that are really, really cool. A pretty nice, fun ship to play with little stud shooters. It looks really nice from most angles. It was pretty fun to build. It's a nice little experience. If you like the Ahsoka show, would I pay $80 for it? Probably not. I think for $80, I would look for something else to get. All right, that's all for me. Later, nerds.